And here we are.
Howdy, everybody.
How's it going? I'm just going to check the... Yep. Okay. So we got audio. We have video. Isn't that amazing? Everything worked well tonight. Hello
Good. It's
to
about
everybody.
time.
Hi, everybody. We had a little change of plans tonight. So originally, this was supposed to be a live stream with Patrick and I, and we both got the same product from a company that I'll share with you in just a little bit. But Patrick had some family obligations today and tomorrow, so he won't be joining us. So we're sort of like replacing the LMR live stream for tomorrow and doing this fiber live stream tonight. So Jeremy at the last minute, thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy said he can pop in and do some work on brass as well, being that that's what I'm doing tonight is brass. And to give you an idea of what we got, so without mentioning what this is, I'll just show it to you. I've got this, and the grips on there are made out of wood. So what I got was this in brass, new grips.
Nice.
So this, it's one of those things where I'm not that good at fiber lasers to really attempt something like this, but I'm going to give it a shot tonight, and I'm going to hope that the engraving comes out well. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. No, Pop. There's tomorrow is canceled. Jeremy and Patrick both have family plans for tomorrow, so we're just going to be doing tonight. So the company that sent us these grips is CLJ Machine Tool, and it's right there down at the bottom of the screen. There's also a link in the comments already, the pin link way up at the top. It's a link to their website in case you're interested in getting some new grips for your pew-pew. We'll call it a pew-pew. With YouTube, you got to be careful what you say because they have an algorithm that weeds out certain keywords and will take videos down because of it. So we're not going to actually mention the name of the product. We'll call it a grip. That's what it is. It's a grip. And Jeremy's going to also do some brass engraving. Mine are made out of solid brass, machined out of brass. And I'll give you a little closer look. Let me switch to full screen for a minute. So here's the rear side. And it's just a beautiful job. Just a really nice job, even on the finish. Because if you look at most things, the finish is not going to be perfect like on this coin. You can see let me see if I can get it just right where you can see it. Well, maybe you won't be able to see it, but there's little circular like buffing impressions in here. Excuse me. And there's none on these grips. So I'm really happy that the finishing on this was done so well. All I did was clean it with a little IPA just to make sure there's no dust or oils on there. Yes, they are 1911. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The circular marks on those coins are because they make those on a lathe, and so that as the lathe moves into the center, it makes those lines.
Oh, I thought that was the buffing, the finishing that they did.
No, I've watched videos on those coins being made, and it's made on a lathe, and so it cuts them and does a finish move all the way up to the front, and it leaves those little bit of lines there.
Cool. Well, I didn't know that. Thanks for that bit of information. So
it's quite unique.
Okay, looks like Ted is here. So from the company, he's here. CLJ Machine and Tools. So if you guys have any specific questions for him, feel free to ask them in the comments. So let's see. Anyubin is asking, what type of fiber are you using? Tonight I am using the Monport GI 100 fiber laser, and that's a M7 100 watts, and what else can I tell you? 175 lens. So I was going to change the lens out. I probably should be using my 110 lens for this, but for some reason I can't find where I put the 110 lens for this. So a 110,
I don't know. My 175 lens is my workhorse.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna work just fine. And I did some testing on different pieces of brass, trying to dial in what I wanted to get. First, I thought I wanted to go with white with a black outline, and I'm going to be using the skull pattern tonight. And then I decided maybe just black, maybe just a black. And I even tried a white and or a black with a white background, and that didn't really impress me. So um, I decided to go with white, and I'm going to do 3 layers on this. Let me actually show you in the software. Let's see. I think it's that one. Nope, it's this one. Okay. So in Lightburn, what I did was I took a skull design and I went ahead and uh, cut the dimensions. So initially, I took a photograph over here. So this is the photograph that I took of the grips. And then I took measurements from this corner to this corner, and then this corner, no, this corner up here to this corner down here. So I took X measurements on this, on both of them, and that's how I wound up with this pattern over here. So I went ahead and traced around what I had here, and then I just had the line trace, and then I took my skull pattern, which I can show you my skull pattern. Let's see, skulls. So there's my skull pattern, and I shrunk it down, duplicated it, and put them side by side so that I could get small enough skulls onto the grips. And I wound up with this pattern right here. And then all I did was, being that I traced it, I did a Boolean subtract on this. So this is what I finally wound up with right here. So these are the 2 grips, left and right side. And I did a bunch of testing over here, as you can see. I did some other tests. I did single tests, and then if we have time tonight, I'll even do this depth map on a brass coin. But we'll see what happens with the time. I don't think this is going to take very long, but there's no way of really telling. So until we actually start the job. All right, so let me come back to my camera over here and back to the comments. So, okay, 1911 Ambi cut solid 360 brass. Yeah, so it's a quality product. I can tell you it's a quality product. And I did some weight testing between these and my originally. So the Pew Pew came with the wood grips like you see now. Then I got some stainless grips, and I did those, and I compared the stainless to these brass. Not much of a difference in weight, so it worked well at the range with the stainless. So I'm sure that this actually feels a little bit lighter. I didn't actually weigh it, but the brass feels just a little bit lighter than the stainless that I had. Of course, the stainless was a little thicker too. But when you do these kind of things, I can tell you when you do these kind of things, it's nerve wracking because you do the best that you can to take your measurements, line everything up, and then when you hit that start button, you get butterflies in your stomach. it's not like
Oh
doing
my gosh.
it's not like doing a little brass piece like this, uh, a little cheap
No,
brass
the
piece.
the most expensive one-off thing I ever did was sterling silver rodeo buckle that was a one of a kind made for a little girl, and she lost her
Oh,
horse.
yeah.
So I think I paced back and forth across my shop probably for 45 minutes, just staring at the screen every time I went by. And I finally just said, all right, it's got to be done. So I just hit the button and walked away.
I know, and I'm having that feeling right now. I feel like getting up and pacing back and forth because you make the smallest mistake and you got to start all over, and then you're going to have to run hundreds of cleaning passes, and you change the color of the brass, and which I guess is not really a big deal, but it's just the amount of time that it would take
Mm-hmm.
to repair it so that you could start over again is the big deal. But I'm hoping, and I've got both hands crossed, I'm hoping that I got my measurements right, and the framing should help me a lot with that. I haven't even started yet. I just turned the laser on. I this morning I did some testing. I found some settings, and then I just came back in now, turned it back on, and getting ready to go. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that I have all my measurements right tonight. So, Jeremy, what are you going to do tonight?
Well, right now I'm running test patterns, test grid stuff. I'll show you some I've done before in the past.
Okay.
Brass is hard to figure out test patterns for if you're not a metallurgist or a scientist. So this is some of the stuff that I've done before,
Yeah.
just goofing around. And this is probably about 3 years ago I did all this.
Yeah.
So brass and see how hard it is to get any to mark on that stuff just because your settings are wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm trying some more over here. We'll see what happens. I'm not
I rem-
sure. I haven't messed
I
with
seem
brass
to
for a long time.
remember seeing that before.
Yeah.
A long
Black
time
is
ago.
really easy. Black and white are easy to get. The other
Yeah,
colors,
black and
not so
white are
much.
easy to get, and you got a different color a few minutes ago. You got a nice brass color that stood out. Yeah, like
Bronze
a
color. Yep.
bronze. Yeah, that was real. I might have even thought to change to that, but I think I'm going to stick with the black line for tonight and see how it comes out. I think I like the pattern, and hopefully, let's see. Jim's saying he did a 50 caliber replica, pure silver. Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No kidding.
I know he was sweating. But anyway, I think we're just going to get started right now, and I'm going to go to the. I have to switch to Lightburn in order to uh, see the framing and start the job because it's on another monitor up there. So I'm going to switch over to Lightburn and get this job set up, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, I got the comments while you're doing that.
Okay. Actually, I got to go to Lightburn. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And real quickly, I'm going to show you my settings. So let me switch over to full screen for a minute. So what I did here, this one is on this layer, C10. And if I bring that out, I'm going to start the first one with a line at 100 millimeters a second, 70% power, 20 frequency with a Q pulse of 200. So that's going to be the first one with 5 passes over here. And then the second one is going to be 2,000 millimeters a second, 67% power in line mode with a frequency of 80, Q pulse of 40, and 6 passes on this one. Let's see, the first one was 5. Yeah, second one is 6. And then the third pass, just to do a little cleaning, I'm going to go at 2,000, 15% power, 175 frequency with a Q pulse of 150. I'm just going to do one pass on that. So I think that's going to work okay. I think that's going to work okay. So basically, I'm just going to, let's see, I'm going to do which one am I doing first? And I think I've got these in the wrong orientation. So let's see. Okay, this is the one with the cutout in the top. And okay, so that one's in the right orientation. And then this one is, all right, they're both in the right orientation. So I'm good. All right. So I'm just going to move this one out of the way, move this one to the middle like that. And I'll hit start. And go and get this one set up on the laser. And that's not the framing that I want. So hang on one second. I got to go back to Lightburn, and I want to do the bounds like that. Let's see. A hull. Yeah, I think I want to do the bounds like that. All right. Something doesn't look right. I don't know why it's not showing me the holes. Let's see. We'll try the hull. It's not showing me the holes. Oh, you know what? The All right, I got the wrong one in there. That's what's going on. I got to hit that autofocus first as well. Let it do its autofocus. All right, there it goes. Finished autofocusing. That one on the left side is the one that it autofocuses on. So let's see. Let's go back to Lightburn. That's the one that I've got. I'll hit start and see what I get. I think I've got this right. Who wants to hit the start button for me? All right, so I've got the camera. The reason why you can't see it that well, it's I have the Monport enclosure on this laser, and I do have my fume extraction on. So, do I hit start? What do I do here, Jeremy? Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let me do that before I hit start. Okay, good idea. Okay, I went down 2 millimeters. Oh, I need to be here in order to start the job. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Sweat is on my brow. I'm hitting start, and there it goes. I don't know. I don't know. I always get really, really worried when I do this kind of stuff. Just remember, Jeremy, it's your fault if things go wrong.
Okay, I accept the blame. I'll admit it. It was Patrick.
Okay, I'm looking on the big screen, and it's looking good so far. That's looking good so far. And let me give you a closer look. Oh, cool. Oh, well, keep your fingers crossed. Excuse me. Keep your fingers crossed because I'm really hoping that this comes out okay. I would hate to damage such a beautiful piece. And I got to tell you, folks, these are really beautiful. I'm very impressed with what we got. Don't forget, if you want to take a look at these for yourself, now keep in mind that this company is a small business. It's a small company. He still works full time, so it's a side hustle right now. So mom and pop, small business, made in America, and really really nice engineering. So keep in mind, there's that pinned link up at the top of the comments, and there's a link to the website there for you to take a look if you want to look for some grips for yourself. Jeremy, you don't have a 1911, do you?
No, I had one, but it made business sense to have it move on down the road.
Yeah.
I got too many other ones in the safe.
Let's see. Now that the laser is moving away, let's see if we can get a look. Yeah, that looks like it's coming out pretty good. This is pretty. This is pretty funny. I do sometimes use grandchild labor to keep the cost down. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that yeah that's looking good. I'm glad you mentioned to defocus.
Focus to get it down there.
Dave is
No,
saying.
too many is not a thing, but it's definitely not a thing
That's funny.
until you run out of room in the safe and run out of room for another safe, which I have.
Okay, here we go. We've switched layers now. I lost all mine in a fishing accident.
Yeah, Jim and I were talking about that earlier on, and I had mentioned that mine got overboard in a kayak when I was trying to cross the Atlantic.
Okay, this is looking good. I think from what I can see, I can see what you guys can see because the laser, even though it's right next to me here, it's inside the enclosure. So I
It
think,
looks like it's pretty dark down on them lower edges
yeah, it's
too.
looking good. It's looking good.
Yeah,
The only thing left after this is going to be the cleaning pass, and that should work out fine. But as always with a fiber laser, um, you got to remember that what I'm about to show you, the finished product, is not the finished product because then I have to clean it and buff it and everything else,
hmm
which I definitely won't have time in this video tonight to do. But I think I may have gotten these settings just right. Let me put it this way: I was hoping for a brown, so it's looking black right now. But I think by the time it finishes, well, I hope it's going to be a brown. We'll see. I'll settle for black too. There are different grades of material. So, the ones that I did my testing on were much lower quality brass.
yeah. I'm not sure where this door kick plate. It's solid brass. I don't know what the grade brass that is, so I'm not even sure if that setting would work for you. I have a brown on that one.
I'm not even sure of the numbers for quality on brass.
He said 360. I think up in the
Yeah, I seem to remember. Oh, it was 308. Was that stainless or was that?
360 brass, solid 360 brass.
Yeah, I think it was 300 brass of the coins, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be mistaken on that. So here we go. Here comes the cleaning. And my fans just kicked on the laser for some reason. Kind of weird. And voila. All right, so let me turn that framing off. I should have turned it off before. Get rid of that framing. And come back to this camera. Let me get it. Fingers crossed, guys.
He uses birchwood Casey brass black to color the engraving, and then he polishes the top off.
Okay, guys. So my my settings were right. I got brown. That's what I was hoping for. You just do a little basic cleanup on this before I show it to you. Right now, I'm just using a little IPA. But I will go ahead and polish this and everything else at another time. Okay, I got what I was looking for. Man, I am so happy. I'm a little bit off on the framing and the circles for the screws, but here's the final product. So there you can see that the screws are slightly off, the screw holes. Well, it wasn't showing me the screw holes. So the reason why is because if you look, the bottom is perfect, but the top is off just a hair. I can't see the other side when it's framing. That's the problem. But man, this is going to look awesome. I really really like the way this came out. So those settings did work. I got a nice brown. It's a dark brown on top of brass, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. All right, so we've got the first one done. Now it's time to move on to the second one. Jeremy, I'll leave the comments to you there.
Yep.
All right, let me switch back to light burn.
By the time you get done with your second one, this one test pattern that's not very big should be done, but it is running at 0.005 to 0.01. And I think it's got two passes. Yeah, two passes on each one. So it's only 150 millimeters a second, so it's running really slow.
Okay. All right, let me go see if I can line this one up any better.
Robert, Q pulse, and Patrick put it the best way I've ever heard it. Q pulse is like if you turn on your light switch and turn it off, that's Q pulse. So the more times you turn your light switch on and off, the faster you turn it off is the more times per whatever it is it's going to hit your
Millisecond.
steel.
Yeah.
And then the slower you turn it on and off, like the slower you go, it's going to do less power. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a help.
All right, so hopefully I've got this one lined up a little bit better.
He explained it way better than I just did.
Yeah, it's like flipping the on-off switch faster the higher you go. So I'm pretty happy with the color I got out of this. The brown came out absolutely beautiful. I don't think it's going to be noticeable at all, being off just a slight little bit on those circles. That's funny. All right, that one is looks like it's framed well. I think it looks like it's framed well. We're going to find out. Jeez, I still, even though the first one's already done, I still have butterflies when I hit that start button. And it's pretty much the same with anything that I do that's a one-off original. I don't like doing one-off originals.
What's up, Dennis? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I love it. I like doing the one-offs. I like the stress. I think I'm not sure. I might be strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to take a blood pressure pill before I get started. But I think this is I'm really impressed with the first one, even though my pattern wasn't perfect. You can see the line down the middle. I have to work
All
on
right,
that.
so he's got that ticker going across the bottom. This discount is good for 30 days. You guys order your grips that you're going to get for your loved one, send them to Rich, have him engrave them, and then send them back.
No, they're
His
sending them
doctor,
to you,
his
Jeremy.
doctor needs a new boat. It needs to make a boat payment, so he needs to get another prescription filled.
And look, if you're watching this replay, 50 days from now, shoot him an email and say that I saw the video on YouTube. Can you honor that 10% off? And I'm sure he would help you with that.
Yeah, what's the worst he's going to say is no, and you're still going to get an awesome product. I think
Yeah.
it looks sweet.
So he's saying that he says I use Birchwood Casey brass black to cut. That's a good idea. The engraving, but the thing is, I don't want black. So that's the whole thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that the gold um, buff and rub. So that's
So if you go deep enough, then you can
rub and buff.
engrave the color on the deep part, and you don't even have to use any color on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a good idea, but I did a cutout of the holes. So he's saying use a number 8 flathead machine screw to mask them, just to
So
put it
just
in the
let
hole.
your artwork go over the whole thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good idea. But I do have a line around those holes. There's a black line around the holes. That's why I wanted to get it perfectly lined up. So I'm going to use a product called Rub and Buff, which is antique gold, and you just fill in the engraving and then buff it out. And I've never used it on anything but wood and acrylic, but I don't know if it'll work on brass, but I'll give it a try and see. Have you ever tried it, Jeremy?
No,
Yeah, it's a cool little
no.
product.
I just make a black mark when I do military funeral when they do the 21 gun salute. I'll take and engrave the shell casings,
Well,
and then
the rub and buff comes in all flavor, all different colors, or at
oh
least
yeah,
at
I
least
just make it black and then oil it, and then I put a bullet back in it.
yeah. Cool. All right, it looks like we are down to the last layer on this one. And I can't really see. Yeah, I'm slightly off on the holes on this one too. Darn it. I might have to go ahead and clean these up and try again. Okay, there we go. The last layer just started. And this is just a cleanup pass.
Bear and Wild Creations just unpacked and powered up a 60-watt cloud ray.
So Ben, there's a link at the top of the page to the website. He's got different products, so you can check out the prices there.
And Jack in the shop said he's going to be making some out of wood. Which ones? Which Paduke?
Yeah, this is the rub and buff that I was talking about.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, let me clean this one up. The holes are not that far off. They're a millimeter off, maybe less than a millimeter.
So run a circle inside your black, and set it to your T1 line or whatever, and then when it lines up, it should put the circle in there, and you can line them circles up better that way.
Yeah, I thought I had the circles defined.
I thought I saw one in there too.
I did have them defined in the job, but I didn't put the toolpath on it. All right,
Oh, gotcha.
so here is the second side. You can see the top and bottom is perfect, but it looks like my measurement was just slightly off on the holes. Just slightly off. Nothing that's going to be noticeable at all. And I'm going to, I can put these on my pew pew and it's going to be perfect. But I had the holes in a position where there should have been a black line around them from the skulls, And let me show you real quick. So if we go back to light burn, what I didn't do in here was, you see how it has the outline here? I should have replaced this outline with a toolpath so that I could line up the circles instead of lining up the outside. That's what, yeah. Well, this is a one-off deal, so yeah, I think it's too late
It
for
is
that.
what it is now.
Lessons learned. Lessons learned. You know what? I am going to try and put some rub and buff on this and see what happens. Let me see. Do I have a microfiber? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. I just want to get an idea of what this will do. And this one is antique gold.
I have a 800 grit fibrous buffing wheel from Holster Smith and knifekits.com, same company. And that's what I clean up my brass with, and it gives it a nice kind of like a bright finish.
Yeah.
Not glossy, but it's bright and it's clean.
All right. Let's see what happens if I do just a little bit of this. Just going to do a little to see how it comes out. Because this is going to make it, it's going to make it shimmer somewhat, I think. I don't know. May have to remove it. I don't know. Maybe it's looking better.
No, yeah, nothing does aluminum very well unless it's anodized.
Okay, I
Um,
think I'm liking this.
you get a dark gray mark with a fiber laser. I'm not sure what UV laser will do to aluminum. I haven't seen very many people do anything with that on a UV laser.
All right, now I've got it all over my fingers. Let me show you what this just did. So, in fact, I need to get my eyes out of the camera. Okay. So there's the side that I did with the rub and buff. And you're not going to get a great view of it on the, I think it looks good. You can see where the line is where I stopped. I'm not sure if I like which side I like better. Which side do you guys like better? The rub and buff is really a great product. You know, looking at it in person is because I'm looking at it on the camera. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as it looks in person. It looks fantastic. And when I go over this with the buffer now, I think it's really going to make it stand out. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to use the rub and buff on the entire thing. But it's such a messy product. Now I've got it on my hands for the rest of the night.
Oh, good.
Yeah, stains, but that's okay. I'll get some turpentine later and get it off. But yeah, I am really liking. Maybe from a distance, you might be able to see the difference. Can you see the difference from a distance? Really, it's really making it pop. It looks really good. Looks really good. I'm not quite sure of the durability, but we're going to find out. And keep in mind, this is only something that I take to the range. You know, it's not something I use every day. Obviously, nobody uses their pew pews every day. So I think that's going to work. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the rest with the rub and buff, and then I'm going to take my buffer and clean it up for about a half hour or so. And I bet you it's going to be a brilliant shine. Wow, this really is impressive. Really came out great. Yeah, so definitely going to do that. Okay, so where are we at in the comments? How's everything going? Hey, Herb.
Ben's gonna wait for the wood. He has wood, right?
What's that?
Um. Oh, what is it? Where is it? I lost it. Oh, my brain's broken. CLJ's got wood, or is it just machine metals?
No, it's just machine metals, I think.
Okay.
Clack says that he uses his every day. Well, you know what? None of us are police officers, Dave. And he uses his 38. Is that a 38 special? Is that an issue? I
Well,
think my favorite,
that's probably a little revolver.
my favorite, I have about 14 pew pews and some long ones. My favorite, I think, is going to be my Sky 9 millimeter. It's SCCY, made in Florida. Just a beautiful, affordable
Yeah, with a
daily carry.
27-inch long trigger pull that's about 23 pounds.
Oh, Dave
Oh,
says no.
it's not a revolver. Okay.
Got it.
That was sort of one of my favorite holsters to make, especially in the Kydex, was for those little 38s and 22s and the small ones.
Yeah.
They were very unique and interesting to mold and heat press Kydex around and then have them legit
This
click in.
this is a custom holster. that was he's got his name on here. Santos is the name of the guy that made it for me, and it's really, really a nice quality. It's easy to carry, but this is too heavy for my daily carry, my concealed carry. So I use that Sky 9mm, and it's small, and it's comfortable, and it's accurate. I love everything about it, and I think it was like $299. But this mainly I just use for Target. Um, yeah, so I don't, 45s are heavy. I think all of them are
Mhm.
heavy, but that Sky is my favorite daily carry. All right, I think we have time. We still have 46 people with us, so we've only been going 51 minutes. I think what I'll do next is, what about a brass coin? You guys want to see a brass coin?
Do it.
I do have in Lightburn. I do have something prepared. I have a depth map in here, right there, and I'm just using my standard on this one. Let's see, which one is this? So I got to select it to see. Something weird happened with this cut layer where everything is too large now all of a sudden. But I think that's this one. No, which one is that? Is it? I can't tell which one this is. Oh, must be this one.
Other than the little Shield nines, that was the SD40 ones were the most common holsters that I made. Everybody was carrying those things.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do this one. This is a depth map. I got this one from somewhere. I don't remember. Sharks with Lasers, maybe, um, sent me this file. And I'm going to do the speed at 6,000, power at 85, 175 frequency, and 150 Q pulse. And I'm using pass through on this because it's already pre-processed. And let's see, we're going to go 30 passes and see what happens. So let me get this set up and framed. See if I got the dimensions right on this.
Shoes, yeah, yeah. I know if you guys like that too.
And I got an
I got a little.
autofocus.
I got a little one for in the summertime, and then I got a larger one that fits underneath the Carhartt just fine.
Just doing my autofocus right now. This one I'm not going to defocus. It's flat. Okay, that looks good. Let me just check that one more time because it did lower the focus. Yeah, it shifted just a little bit when it autofocused. Hey, Jack. Jack in the shop. Jack in the shop is here tonight. Dave says his little stainless 5-shot stays with him these days. Dave, you got to check out the if you got to check out the Sky SCCY. It is an outstanding daily carry. All right, let me go back over here and hit start. Fingers
Howdy,
crossed.
Kenneth.
This one's going to make a little noise. I don't know. Can you guys hear that noise?
Yeah.
I may have done too many passes, but we'll see.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about it. If you're sitting right next to it, you can stop it when you like it.
Yeah.
How are the earthquakes over there in the Philippines? I've been keeping an eye on those, and
How,
you guys have gotten hit by a couple big ones lately.
how are the what? How are the what?
Daryl's from the Philippines.
Barrels?
Daryl is from the Philippines,
Oh,
and I was
Daryl.
asking him how the earthquakes were,
Yeah, yeah,
how bad they got.
yeah. There was quite a few earthquakes in the PI. If you're in the South, you really felt them.
Yeah,
Yeah, Daryl's been around a while. In fact, next time I go, I think I'm gonna go visit him. We have a house in Tarlac, north of Manila.
Chuck, this was a pop up. We really didn't give anybody enough notice.
No, I had some notice. It's been up for a few days.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
I just found out 10 minutes before we got on. Well, not quite 10 minutes, but close enough.
I can't really see through the enclosure how it's doing. I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed. When it stops, I'll take a look at it and see how it looks. I'm thinking that with these settings, 30 passes should be enough. Yeah, Daryl's saying that every day for the last 2 weeks that aftershocks. I talked to my wife's cousins in Tarlac, and they said that a little rumbling, but nothing, nothing too bad.
Yeah, I was looking at the tracker on all the earthquakes going off right now.
Yeah, the Ring of Fire is on fire
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
it's yeah.
So that
I
this is
mean,
100.
Alaska and the West Coast are
Yep,
getting
everywhere.
hammered by little ones.
So Ryan's asking what wattage. This is a 100-watt GI60 from Monport Laser. The enclosure that it's in is also from Monport. And this laser comes from a quality factory. That's the only reason why I accepted it. I have the GI60 in the other shop as well, and it does just as good. There's not really a huge difference between the 60 and the 100. The 100 is probably maybe 25% faster. But with this one, I can cut out brass to make little brass tags, like for a wooden plaque without warping the material.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's saying he has a 60 but can't get the tumbler settings right. Yeah, this is a 100-watt MOPA. It's hard to get settings right. It's a lot of work. Daryl's asking what app you're using, Jeremy.
App.
The earthquake app.
Oh, it's literally my local news place. They have a weather app, and it's got earthquake tracker, hurricane tracker, all kinds of stuff on it. It's just my local station. I don't use any of the other ones because they're not as accurate as the one that's close to me is.
You
That's
know what?
really
I
weird to
think
say that.
I'm looking at the screen in front of me. It looks like this might be coming out okay. And you guys all know that Patrick is the fiber expert.
Yeah.
Jeremy is too. Jeremy's been fooling with fiber lasers for a long time.
Yeah, 5 years. I wish I was better. Um, Things kind of got screwy in the shop, but I let it go for a little while. I'm getting back into it a little bit more.
Yeah, but I think everybody that owns a fiber says, "I wish I was better at this." I think that's pretty much par for the course.
Yeah, I guess I get that.
But this thing is making a lot of noise. What brand? So, Daryl, I am using the Monport GI 100 MOPA laser with a 175 lens for this. And I really wish that I changed to my 110, but I couldn't find it tonight. Fudd saying he has a 50-watt fiber sticking to marking blanks. Yeah, that's the best thing that you can do is just play around with marking blanks. Jack says he has a lot of different machines. He doesn't spend enough time on any one. Right, exactly. Me too. I
Yeah.
have 5 fiber lasers, and I'm not good at any of them. Let me make the picture bigger here. I think I could see it better on this screen. Sorry about the noise, guys, but it is literally right next to me. I can reach out and touch it. Yeah, it. I think it's looking good. Kind of hard to tell when it's working. When you're looking through the enclosure. You know what? This enclosure was a good deal too. I think it was like $540. The last enclosure that I built myself, by the time I bought the acrylic and put it all together, it cost me like $690, I think, or $650, something like that. Sky is closed. What?
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing something about that.
Really? Oh, that's not good. I actually have 4 skies. So I have their version 1 and their version 2. And my wife carries a Sky 9mm in her purse, and I carry it daily, my daily carrier, because it's invisible and it's lightweight. Nice, nice pew pew. That's too bad. There was a family-owned business in Florida, and I had on the version 1 they had problems with the magazines, and the loads were getting jammed. And I told them that, and they said, "Yeah, we know about it. Just throw them away." And they sent me 4 new ones. And then I told them I had 3 others, or 2 others at the time. They sent me new ones for those, and I've never had a single issue other than that with the version 1 product. The version 2 is flawless. All right, so time to take a look.
My safety glasses are taped to my camera so that it doesn't uh, give epileptic seizures to people if he ever put mine up on there.
All right, I am going to run this job one more time, I think. So I'll hit start. Go back
Um,
to it. It's
JTech
looking good. No, it's looking
Photonics.
good.
Let me see.
Yeah, Jack is saying that Academy has them for 170. It's a hell of a buy, and it's a really well made pew pew. Ben says auctioned off everything in June. Oh boy, I'm so sad to hear that. They never got off the ground, really. It was sort of like a cult group that owned them. Yeah, that link, by the way, is in the pin, the very top comment. If you click on that yellow comment way at the top, and it'll open up and show you the link for the grips.
All right, I just put a link to JTech Photonics. That's a good spot to get laser safe glass.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Somebody asked where it was to get it, and that's the only place I found that was decently priced.
Well, Amazon's got them as well. They have their.
I mean, for size, like if you want to put an
Oh, yeah,
enclosure up.
yeah. Sunhawk is saying, "Gee, YouTube just sent me the notification. Better late than never."
You know, I get Patrick's notifications 8 days after it happens.
Yeah, yep. I don't know. They got something going on with notifications, and they've been unsubscribing me from channels. You want to hear a funny story? Um, my friend over at Laser Nerd came in on my live stream last night, and I haven't seen a video from him. I love his videos. I watch him all the time. He's a Canadian guy, does like Thunder Laser videos, and real. He narrates them really well. You know, he's good at narrating. And when he popped into the live stream, I said, "Wait a minute! I haven't seen one of your videos in over a month, and I don't know why." So I went to check. I was gonna go check and see if I was still subscribed because YouTube unsubscribes me for some reason. And when I got on YouTube, his video was the first one in my feed, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" I just talked about this with him in a live stream, and all of a sudden, one of his videos is there.
Jeez.
Yeah, so still waiting for a notification. Yeah. Let's see. What is no DL files today? Oh, no downloadable file. No, today is not. This is just a brass live stream that we're doing. This one was planned a week ago. Originally, it was supposed to be me and Patrick, and then Patrick had some family obligations for the next couple of days, so Jeremy decided to jump on with me instead.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I can't. You know, I would let you download these files, but they don't. They're not my files. So the Punisher file came from a friend, and I'm not gonna give that away just because it's his copywritten stuff. And this depth map that I'm doing now came from Sharks with Lasers, I think. And all of his files are paid as well. I'll be right back, Jeremy. I got to go grab a bottle of water from next door.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, when we messed up our
All right.
schedule, I had made plans for tomorrow, and I can't change them. So I wasn't gonna. I didn't have time to get a file done this week. I've been outside prepping for winter. So,
Well, I just noticed I have a half a bottle of water here already.
ooh, it looks like it might be doing something, but I might be doing it wrong. I'm not sure. Like I said, this photo, those photos were done 3 years ago, and I don't remember how I did it. And I'm on attempt number 7 right now to try to get it done again.
There's Jeremy's. reattempt right now.
Yeah, that's the temp number 7 or 8. I've changed the settings on this drastically. And that's what
Yeah.
it looks like with my safety glasses over the lens of my camera.
You know what? I can add that to this scene and make it fit. How about that?
There you go. You don't need to see me anyway.
Nobody wants to see either one of us, so that works. That looks like it's a good setting that you got there.
It looks like it's coming out. I might have to tweak it just a little bit, but I have specific photo settings for steel and stainless, and it wouldn't even touch it. Nothing showed up.
Wow, this job is really loud. But I didn't want to do 200 passes, so that's why it's so loud. Jeremy, do you mind if I convert some of the essential oil air fresheners to 3D files? Steve is asking.
I already have done that. Let me go grab one and show you.
Daryl, my wife is going for Town Fiesta in January, the day after her birthday. She's going to stay until, well, she's staying until March, but she's going to take a trip and visit my son in Japan for a week, somewhere in that time frame. But I'm not going this year. So next year I'm going to be going. So next year when I go, I'll definitely let you know. You watch all my videos, so you'll know when that trip's coming up, and we can get together. You can just shoot me an email and give me your. This way, I'll have your email address, and I'll let you know. Okay, so there goes the second. Let me go take a look and see how that came out. Oh yeah, so that's coming out good. I'm gonna run a third pass on this because it's looking really good, I think. And this will be the last one. So this is going to be 90 passes altogether. 30, 30, and 30. Yeah, I'd love to see what you got going on over there, Daryl. And I have two other friends in the Philippines as well. One of them is in Baguio, which is not too far from where our house is. And the other one is in, let me think. Oh, it's not coming to me, the name of his town. uh, it's not coming to me. It's in the south. But he's got a full laser shop there that's a full time business. When the power is on, when there are no brownouts going on, he's got about nine different lasers in his shop. Um, what the heck? I can't think of the name of the town. Herb saying that he just did an engraved brass inlay in a gun stock. $1,000. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. $1,000 pew pew. Scary. Yes. Yeah. When I
Wow.
did these grips, it was very scary. Jeremy, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get this. Get this off screen. All right.
Yeah. Well, so here's one of the turtles. And all the engrave, if you transfer that into a SVG and put it over into your whatever you're going to make your thing for it, you have to go in through and connect them all. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bunch of parts laying on the bed when you pick it up. But yeah, I've taken and done a few of them in the 3D print STL files, at least the face. They're still 3 millimeters thick, and
Yeah,
the exact size is what came off the wood. I just transferred it over, and they fit and glued right up with some super
I
glue.
was gonna
Just
I was
fine.
gonna say I know you do combos, 3D and wood.
Oh, yeah. Where's my? I don't know where my sign went.
Oh, that's looking
Oh,
good,
it's
Jeremy.
it is. I'm not gonna go look at it because my like I said, my glasses are taped to my camera right now. But I'm
Yeah.
watching it through here.
Did you want to
I
show something
could
else?
share my screen.
Well, hang on. Let me put you back up here.
So
All
that's
right.
what it's supposed to look like. That's the picture that I'm using. So
Yeah.
we'll see how good it ends up.
It's actually it's looking like that. It's looking
Yeah.
like that picture. Yeah.
Yep.
Looks good. Yeah, it's definitely looking just like the picture. I think this is. I know this is going to be my last 30 passes on this coin, and I think it's going to come out great.
Is my sound working?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had a notification pop up, probably because of the share screen thing.
Let me give you a quick look at what's going on here. I know it's kind of hard because of the light, but that's looking really good. Yours is looking good too, Jeremy.
Wow, it is coming out pretty decent.
Yeah, it looks just like the picture.
Basically, what I did, I was getting frustrated with nothing showing up, so I just went in and found my brass black for my casings, for my bullet casings,
Yeah,
and I just used that and then tweaked one setting on it. I don't remember which one it was. Let me look at it.
yeah.
Where can I tell you?
I did a bunch of tweaking to my brass black because this is a much higher quality brass. So I have a couple of different settings for brass, and then I added the little cleaning pass as well.
Oh yeah, I enabled the dot width adjustment and put it to the Atkinson line interval like DPI setting. That's all I did with that. After I
Yeah,
changed it over to that setting.
Atkinson's going to give you a good result on
Yeah, I
brass.
like Atkinson. I looked at Jarvis and Stucky both, and then I went back to Atkinson, and then I went back and I liked Atkinson better by the way
Yeah,
it
mine
put the
wasn't an
clouds.
image. Mine was all in line. So
Ah,
I wasn't able to choose that, but this one is an image, but I had to use pass through on it.
yes. I'm sorry. It was a freedom. It was a Freedom Seed sleeping bag, and
Thanks,
I
Steve.
warmed it up with the laser. That's what I should have said.
By the way, somebody was asking me in an email, and I've got this question over and over and over again, if they can run more versions of Lightburn than just the latest version or the previous version. And real quickly, let me show you my desktop.
I
So
was going to say, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, so as you can see on my desktop here, I've got 1.7, I've got 2, 2.02, 2.03, 2.04, and all you have to do when you do something like this is install it to a different directory. That's all. Just in case anybody's interested tonight. I don't ever get rid of the versions until usually I keep the last full version and then any updates from there. because I switch back and forth between the different programs. And instead of installing it into the default directory, you can just put uh, a couple of letters on the end of that, and it'll create a whole new directory, and it'll be a whole new version of Lightburn. So you'll be able to switch between them.
Okay, if you want to get rid of that camera, I've got it done. It's in my hand. I'll put it up to my other camera.
Oh, okay. I'll get rid of it.
I don't know what you did to put it there, so
Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking good. The light is kind of washing out the brass, but
yeah.
that came out really
There.
good. Really good.
So
Well,
that was not remembering how to do it and just kind of throwing Kentucky windage at it to try to do something.
well, you see, I was thinking that without Patrick, tonight would be a fail, but
Well,
it seems like everything's working out fine.
I was trying to figure out what to do because I wanted to put a photograph on that.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna try it if we got a minute.
All right. That'll be perfect, because run that photograph and then we'll be done. And I think I'm getting close to the end of my job now. By the way, if you're wondering how I made the pattern of the Punisher skull, typically I make them myself in Lightburn, and it takes a half hour to 45 minutes. But I took that one skull and I dropped it into Chat GPT, and I said, make a pattern of 100 of these in Chat GPT, and it did it in a minute. So that's how I made the pattern. Let me go get that coin. Hope it's not too hot. And it's not even hot at all, which kind of surprises me. All right, let me clean it a little bit.
I don't think I don't think I have what I want to put on here. Um, I don't think I have everything moved over to this new computer yet that I need to. Doggone it, it's not in here.
All right, so keep in mind now that this is barely cleaned. Let me show you how this came out. And I should probably stand up to do this because the camera wants to find my eye. All right, let's see. I can't get the light on it. Can you see that? I can't get the light just right, but I think it looks pretty good. What do you think, Jeremy? Jeremy? Okay, anyway, I guess Jeremy's off doing something else. No audio. Anyway, there it is. Uh, I think it came out great. It's got a lot of nice dimension to it. I probably could have went another 90 passes. And I think I've taken off about, let me see what the deepest part is.
Ah, okay. Somehow I bumped my off button
There you go.
underneath my mic.
You're back on now.
All right.
All right, so I've taken off 1.57 millimeters of material off of this. So the inner part around the skull and the number is 1.57 millimeters deep. I think that's a pretty good number. Kind of hard to see with the lighting I have in here, but that I think it came out great.
I'm going to step away for 1 second.
Go ahead. Hazards of a live stream. You can say that. You can say that again. That happens all the time in lots of people's live streams. All right, so let's just wait for Jeremy to come back. I really like the way this came out. So if you guys had missed it earlier, I'll show you what I did earlier. I did some grips for my 1911, and these grips came from a company that there's a pinned comment up at the top. You can just click on that, and in fact, let me put that banner up so you can see it's CLJ machine and tool, and that's the link to the website right there. And this is how the grips came out. Keeping in mind that I'm not a pro at this. Did the Punisher. I think it came out pretty good. And then I decided later to use a little bit of this Rub and Buff. And this is an antique gold. So I did half of this grip with it. And I think I'm going to do both halves with it. So if I can get this to focus right. Oh, is that upside down? It is. So here's the part that I did with the antique gold. And because of the light, you really can't see it well, but I think it really came out great. I'm going to do the rest of the grips. If I didn't have these glaring lights in here, you'd be able to see that better. But in person, it really is impressive. Really looks great. So I'm going to wind up doing the entire grip in the antique gold, and then I'm going to buff it out, and it's going to look really well. So I think Jeremy's back.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeremy, did you want to do that pendant tonight, or
I found a photo, and I'm just trying to size it.
okay?
26.
Sunhawk saying 1911, excellent choice. Thank you. So this is the pew pew. I'm going to be changing the grips on right here. You can see it's got those factory grips. I did one time. I changed these to, I think that was stainless that I did, and I didn't like the feel. This is a heavy piece to begin with, and the stainless made it even heavier. So I removed the stainless and put the original wood back on, but now I'm going to change it to the brass.
If we don't have time for me to get this, that's fine.
Trade Skillers Anonymous joined late. It seems. Yeah, you're a little late. Let's see, you're an hour and a half late. But what we've been doing tonight is engraving on brass. And if any guys are interested in the 1911 grips, that right down at the bottom of the screen down there, I've got a link to the website. And it's not a commission deal. This is a small business. He works every day at a normal job, and he has a home machine shop where he does these, and he does a fantastic job on this brass, high quality brass. So it's a mom and pop sort of shop, and I love to support these people because it's just the right thing to do. Well, yeah, Jeremy, you going to do it?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Like I said, if you don't have time, it's probably going to take me about 5 minutes to get it set, and then I'll put it on there.
That's okay. If everybody wants to wait to see this photo engrave,
if it works.
I can show you another one that I didn't do enough passes on. But let me pop myself up in full screen. And I don't know if it's going to show on this camera or not, but we'll give it a try. This is a Taurus calendar. This is actually one of my designs, the Taurus calendar. And you can see the bull didn't get the enough engraving. So this was 60 passes. And I think I probably should have went about 120. But I was on my way out. I didn't want to pause the job. It was just a test run anyway. So um, I didn't pause the job. And what I did was I came back later, learned my lesson, and I'll run another one of these calendars soon. Okay, so Wingnut's ready for he's up for waiting. Let's see. Sam says, "Can a 20-watt fiber cut completely through 1/8 inch thick brass?" My 20-watt fiber can't. I can tell you that. I mean, maybe with 5,000 passes. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I just ordered the aluminum grips. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm sure he'll be very happy that he's getting at least a little business out of this. What is that fiber selling for? The one that I have, I can go take a look and tell you. Their prices change pretty much weekly. So let's see, machines, fiber lasers, engraver. What? And their websites are so hard to use with all these stupid pop-ups. Gee whiz. This is really amazing how crappy these websites are. All right, I'm just going to click on the fiber lasers. There we go. So the GA100 is $67.99. That's the 100-watt. I also have the 60-watt. That one, and like I said, it works just as well, just a little bit slower. And that 60-watt is $44.99. So big difference in price between the 100 and the 60-watt.
Oh, I think I'm defocused. I'm down a millimeter more than I need to be. I forgot to refocus it on that thing.
Trade Skillers, that's all right. Trade Skillers is asking, was this a pop-up event or did you usually go live on Fridays? We don't usually go live on Fridays. So we called it a pop-up, but it's been planned. It's been posted to YouTube for about a week now. And Jeremy came in tonight because we have our normal live streams on Saturday night. Tomorrow night was supposed to be it, but everybody's got plans for tomorrow. So we've canceled that one. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Wow, that is a slow setting. It's not even half done yet. And then I get to do the photo.
Are you just running a test right now?
No, I did a clean pass to get the shine off.
Yeah.
And now I'm running a quote unquote white pass for the background. And then I'm going to run the photo.
Okay. I have not run my anodizing setup in a while. Possibly in the end of next month or so, I will do a small run. Okay, cool. Yeah, so like I said, I think your name is Ted, right? I think Ted, he just has a small mom and pop shop where he does these machine shop, and he does have a regular job. So, we like to support anybody that is in business, small business, in the laser industry. Yeah. Okay. So I'm right, Ted. My memory is not that good. The older I get, the worse my memory gets. Jack says he paid $4,200 for his 100-watt JPT source to replace his 30-watt Racus 3 years ago. Yeah, the prices have gone up quite a
Yeah.
bit since 3 years ago, Jack.
I have the 60-watt here. I with the tower, all the lenses and everything. I think I've got almost 9 into it.
So Ben's asking colors. I don't know what you mean on brass. So I've got at least 7 different colors on brass so far in my library.
So today, the only colors that I was able to get were those top ones right there. Come on.
Yeah, but you got a really nice brown in there.
Yeah.
I'm sort of envious of that because that was the color I was looking for. I did get a brown, but not as nice as that one.
I see videos out there where they're getting like a lot of colors on brass, but I don't know what kind of brass. And nobody shares any of their settings. I was watching a video where he did share settings, but he said there's also a secret sauce that happens before the setting can be done. And he said, I'm not sharing that. So I'm like, okay. Because I tried his settings, and there's
Yeah,
something that he did before that got the color, and it didn't work on mine.
yeah.
So
So Steve is asking. I'm on my phone, so I can't see the print. Any chance he has grips for the Canik TP9? That he's right there. So, Ted, do you have grips for that model?
those Canics are either they got the rubber on the sides or they've got the back palm grip. I'm not sure.
Thanks, Herb. And okay, so that makes sense now. Jack is saying that he just bought the source, the laser source, the JPT source, and replaced it, the one that he had in his 30-watt. I get it now. Okay. So right now,
I think
Ted's
that's good enough.
only got the 1911s right now. Like I said, it's a mom and pop shop, and this is what I guess we're promoting it tonight. I absolutely love them. The machining on this is just so perfect, really perfect, even on the back side of the holes. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, officers in government, that's a big staple.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like all the cops that have approached me. I've only done a couple, but all of the cops that have approached me have wanted to get custom work done on their Glocks.
See, the local guys and the SWAT guys are running the H&Ks,
Yeah,
the VP9s. So I did a lot of holsters for all those guys. And then
yeah,
the state troopers are running Glock 19s, Glock
yeah,
20s.
yeah. The Sig is one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorites that I own. Let's see, Trade Skills Anonymous. I like Sig. My wife likes her H&K. House divided. That's a good argument to have, though.
Thank you.
And
I'm glad you like that. I've been using that filter for gosh, since November last year, almost a full year now.
yeah, yeah, I actually made my own.
Mm-hmm.
I 3D printed my own on your idea, using your idea.
Yeah.
And I've got them now on this one here in this shop and on the other shop on my Lasermatic over there. And you can't do when you go to clean the module and you take off the filter part. The inside's clean.
Yeah. I just
There's nothing to
put the
clean.
thing down it, hit it with a little bit of air, and it blows the
Yeah,
dust out, and it's clean.
yep, yeah. And I bought a whole sheet. I think I even have it in here. Yeah, I bought a whole sheet of this material for almost nothing on Amazon, and you can see this is the part that I cut out
Yep.
over here, and this is the MERV 6 filter. And I took that part that I cut out, and I I cut it out on the laser, so it's a perfect fit into that filter. I think you do the same thing, right?
Yes, I cut it on the laser, so it's perfect. I cut it on the laser it's intended to protect. So this is 0.6 millimeter brass, if that's what you're asking about where I get the sheets from. And they're like 6 by 6 inch, and I get them from Amazon in a 2-pack.
Yeah,
You can get more than that. This one is a lot thicker and it's probably a little different because some of the settings came out different. But this one is a kick plate for a door. It's like 30 some inches long, eight
yeah.
inches wide, and get them at the hardware store. Any box store has them. They're like
Yeah.
$20, $28.
I just bought the stainless, a roll of stainless steel off of Amazon. So this is my second one, and once you flatten it out, you cut off a piece the size that you need, and then you flatten it out. I think it's 0.1 millimeters, and you can engrave it and cut it out and use it as a topper. So, like if you do like an earring or something like that, it looks really cool.
Okay, it's done. If you want to see this little brass keychain.
Oh, I thought you were going to show it on the laser. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you couldn't see it on the laser.
Oh, all right. Cover your face with
Come
it.
on.
Oh yeah, that came
Redneck
out.
Bigfoot with a crossbow.
That came out great. That came out really great. I like it.
It's going to look a lot better when you put that triple thick clear coat on it, and it just makes it stay wet looking, and then it pops. But yeah, that's amazing. It's got the gold tones in the string, and it's got the little runner. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, Dave. Dave is saying he's having some trouble finding a holster. Um, I'm going to look and see if I can find his email address, but it's one of my subscribers that made that holster for me, and it's it's really beautiful. Did a wonderful job on this. So if I can find his email address, I'll shoot that over to you, Dave.
Thanks, Wingnut.
In fact,
I sometimes wish I still did holsters. I miss it sometimes, but I think I like messing with the lasers and the 3D printers a whole lot more.
in
It's a
fact,
lot less stress.
let me say one more thing about to Dave. He's probably one of your subscribers too, so you might want to mention it in your live stream because he might send you one for free too. Let's see. That's something else I think here that we missed. Okay, so we're going to jump to Q&A. We're an hour and 45 minutes. Wow, it went by pretty quick tonight.
Yeah, I did.
So if you guys have any questions, or now is the time. And don't forget to, if you're looking for 1911 grips, that pinned comment up at the top, cljmachinetool.com. Beautiful product. All right, Dave's saying he got someone from Urban Carry. Okay, he got one from Urban Carry. Yeah. Okay, good. I have a local shooting range here, and they have a leather guy that works there. I think it's his, I want to say it's his own business. I don't think it's part of the range. But he's got like a display there, and all different types, and they're all absolutely beautiful as well. So I think a lot of the ranges, all the ranges around here, they have the holsters, or at least the two that I go to. So I go to the police range or the sheriff's range, and then I go to one down here by where I live. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having fun with some of this stainless. My first roll, the first roll that I got, I used up. I bought a smaller roll. This one is like 2 meters long, and the first one I bought was, I think it was 1 meter or a half a meter, and I used it all up doing the settings. And when I finally got the settings right at the end, really, I got some really great results, especially after engraving and cutting it out, and then using it as a topping for another project. And um, I cut out pieces of it just to enhance a wood product, so worked really well for me.
So there's a photo on stainless right there.
Oh, cool. That came out great. Wow, that
And
came
this
out
is
good.
this is all stainless that I've been doing testing on. Um,
Yeah, I think I've seen that one before.
yeah, you just go to the scrapyard. I think this piece was like 40 inches long, about that wide, 8 or 9 inches wide.
Yeah,
I got it for like $6 or $7 at the scrapyard. I brought it home, cleaned it all off because it was dirty,
yeah,
and took my metal blade on my skill saw, cut it to my length so I could get it on the fiber laser, and that's what I use for testing. Because some of the stainless that you get is actually magnetic and it's not true stainless. That is true stainless.
yeah. Dave's saying his range is behind the shack. So is
Mm-hmm.
Patrick's.
Yeah, mine's
Patrick's is
that way.
in his yard too. But I don't have. First off, you can't you can't fire a pew pew where I live at all. So this is a, what do you call it? A suburban community subdivision, maybe, and it's against the law to fire them here, no matter how much property you have. But if you go just outside, as soon as you cross the the wall, the flood wall, it's still the same parish and all, but the zoning changes down there. So that's where the range is that I go to, and it's an indoor outdoor range. I mostly go to the indoor, unless I'm bringing a long gun. But once you pass that floodgate, and from there on down, all of Crown Point and Lafitte and everywhere else, you can build your own range to spec. It has to be the parish spec though, so they require tires, and which I don't quite understand. And there's like a certain way you have to position the tires, and then you have to come and fill it up with dirt and create like a levee like 5 feet tall. They have all kinds of requirements, and you have to get it inspected, and then they'll give you a permit that you have to renew every couple of years
Hmm.
if you want to put a range in your backyard south of here. But anywhere north of here or west of here, you can't do it. I wish you could. I do have the property to do it here, but they would never let me. All right, guys. So, yeah, I could not live there. I love living here. All right, guys. So I think we're going to call it a night. We're at an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Last call for any questions, comments, and we'll be heading out for the night. Jeremy, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I would have been
Hey,
very
no problem. I was just watching golf. I didn't need to watch any more golf, so that was fine.
yeah. When I watch golf, I fall asleep. So,
Mm-hmm. That's about what I was doing.
you bet, Ted. Thanks for joining us, Ted. I'm glad you were here.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We're not doing the typical LMR live stream tomorrow night. We're postponing that for 2 weeks because of family obligations, and we'll be back 2 weeks from tomorrow on Saturday night for the regular LMR. Thank you, Wingnut. Ben, shoot me an email if you need my help. Yeah. Okay, everybody. So thank you all for joining us tonight. I had a good time. I wound up with a great product that I'm looking forward to getting buffed up and cleaned up, and I'm going to change it on my 1911 and see how it handles. maybe I'll go down to the range. Of course, the grips don't really make a big difference, but um, just to see what I want to see what the guys down at the range think about it. So, although that could be a mistake, that could be a mistake.
You'll be walking in there with gold chains around your neck and
Yeah,
whipping out the bling stick.
I'm sure they're going to like it, but the only drawback to that is that I know I'm going to hear somebody say, "Can you make those for me?" But we'll see. I mean, if that's the case, I'll direct them to the website. They can buy them, like you said. You know, they can buy them, and I can create a pattern and do it for them.
There you
So
go.
tomorrow we won't be around, Ben. We're going to be around 2 weeks from tomorrow. So Ben says
Yeah.
tomorrow. So
Oh, maybe he's talking about needing your help.
oh, okay, yeah. Anytime. Grips make all the difference. Yeah, it makes all the difference in accuracy, as far as I'm concerned. So, on my daily carry, I've got 3 different sets of grips, and only the rubber grips that I've got, they were an accessory after the fact. After I bought the Sky, only the rubber ones I'm like really super accurate. The other ones I seem to be off just a little bit. So yeah, the way it fits in your hand really makes a difference. And this is going to be a good fit on the 1911 because it looks exactly like the wood ones. So I'm happy with the wood ones. I do fine with the wood ones. All right, guys, we will see you all in 2 weeks. We'll be back for the LMR uh, on Saturday night.
Yep.
So thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later.